What's up, guys? It's patch notes for Counterside Global for April 19th, 2023. Okay, the very first thing we're getting is the new main story, episode 9, part 1. And because we're getting episode 9, part 1, we're also getting the Awakened Maria. Now, she is okay unit, okay Awakened unit. I'm personally not pulling on her and skipping her, and the reason being is in near future, so like in a few months, we'll be getting other awakened units that are very broken or very strong and are like way cooler to me. And there will be quite a lot of them in the row as well. So I'm already starting to save for those units. So I'll be skipping a lot of the Awakened units that are coming right now. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there's like 3 or 4 Awakened... I think 3 Awakened units I'm skipping. So Awakened Maria is one of them. Curian is the next one that I'll be skipping, and then Awaken Sigma, another one I'm skipping, and then finally Awaken Regina is when I start pulling. After that we have the Awaken Chifuyu, Awaken Rosaria, Awaken Ludmila. So all of those are, I would say, pretty much must-haves. You can argue Regina and Ludmila are more for the PvP. So those are more skippable, but to me, Awaken Chifuyu and Rosaria, those two for sure, will be very important units to have. Chifuyu, even though people don't rank her super high on PvE, I can tell you that on my new account on Korea, I started when Chifuyu banner was up, the Awakened Chifuyu that is, and she carried my account pretty much the whole way. Like being able to do some of the content like Danger Close and stuff like that with her. She just did so much damage and she lived for so long. It's actually insane. So again, just so you're aware in the future, if you want to like see more about those units, you can go on pridwin.gg and see more of the Awakened units that are yet to come to global. But yeah, there will be a lot of good units soon. Other than that, in terms of Maria, again, she's okay unit, but considering her cost and considering what she brings to the table, it's not amazing. She costs 6, and for 6 cost, she doesn't really provide that much. She has the unique gimmick with her teleport, but that is only useful in very like specific scenarios. So if you're doing PvP, rush comp maybe, I can see it maybe for when you're doing raid bosses and you want the raid boss to be done quicker. I can see that as well. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a good like cheese comp or cheese strategy for the inhibitor rate, where you like just skip attacking the tower in front or the defender in front, and instead you just teleport like behind him and focus on the boss instead. Wouldn't surprise me if there is a comp like that. But overall, I just don't think she's that worth it, unless of course you like her as a waifu and you want to add her to the collection, then sure. Just again, she's not a must have and she's not super strong, so don't expect her to carry your account as much as some other Awakened units that will be coming in the future. Okay, so the next unit we will have is the counterpass unit, Clareth. Now Clareth, he is not that great, to be honest. He has some defense penetration, which is pretty cool. And apparently he can do quite decent damage. But it just feels like there's too little things going for him. Like he doesn't bring much to the table. And he is a 4-cost strikers. And as you know, we already have a lot of good strikers in our roster. We're looking at Rerun SSR, we're looking at Rerun Orca. They just bring so much to the table that for Clareth to compete, it's very hard. He has the same cost, and the other units just do way more. I would even argue that some of the 3-star strikers provide you more stuff, like Chifuyu, for example. So, kinda whatever. But he's on pass, and to me, as I always will recommend, it's worth to get the pass even if you don't care about the unit. So like I buy every single pass because the value of the counter pass is very, very high. So regardless, like even if the unit is not great, I would recommend grabbing the pass just for the rewards. Unless you can't really afford the pass like every time, then just wait for a better unit to be on the pass, I guess. So, oh yeah, let's get to the next thing. We're also getting the challenge stage for the Knights of Redemption. I mean, most of those units are not really usable, are like not high priority, other than Lucrecia, but I don't think her relic would be that important, to be honest. Like I would have to see the stats on it. If it has double cooldown or double haste, I mean, then sure, yeah, then this will be definitely worth it. But other than that, I don't think it will be worth it, because again, like she needs haste, so unless it's double haste, I wouldn't say it's worth it. And then the other 2 units are kind of whatever. So I would say for the most part it's kind of a waste to farm for their gear. Now speaking of those units, Carlota is getting back on banner. I think it's the first time she's on banner, but we've had her as a counterpass unit. Well, unfortunately, like with the Clareth, she just doesn't bring much to the table. She's kind of very whatever unit. You pretty much never see her, other than I think there is only one place where I saw her being mentioned, which is the Guild Cop boss, and specifically the stage 8 plus. So before that, you can cheese the boss by silencing, right? So he cannot cast his abilities. But after stage 8 and forward or onwards, you cannot do that anymore. So you have to swap then for the team that like tanks down those skills from the boss. And if I'm not mistaken, she is used as the main tank in that comp. But in order to get all the rewards, you only need to clear stage 7 every time the boss appears, and you as a guild will be able to receive all the rewards. So not really needed, to be honest. So up to you. She is a pretty unit though, so I like her. I might even invest into her just because. The next unit that is returning on banner is Lucrecia. Now she is really good PvP unit, and she also has some uses in PvE. She provides the immortality buff for 3 units when she is deployed, which, as you know, with immortality, if you played PvE, especially the higher stages, you know that there are places where you can abuse the immortality in those stages. So yes, she will definitely be useful in hard content where you need someone to just cheese it for you. So she's good for that. Another place I used her was the Tyrant. I think, Sword Danger Close, if I'm not mistaken. It was the boss that can pull your backline, like, close to him. You can use her because she not only provides the immortality, but she also gives you the resistance to, like, displacement, to knockbacks and stuff like that. So, or maybe skills. Either way, she prevents basically the pulls and grabs and knockbacks, anything like that from other, like, bosses, units, whatever. So so I, for example, used her in that Danger Close, and it was kind of cool, actually, that your backline just doesn't get pulled. I remember I used her, and I used Ju Shuyan counter ability. So I would use his counter ability to counter the first skill, so it doesn't pull me. Then I would place Lucrecia, and I would avoid second pull. So she definitely has some uses. Plus, she's also good in bosses and stuff like that, since she gives the defense down debuff. So she's used for bosses. She can be used to Chief's content with immortality. Less of an auto unit and more of, you need to, like, know when to deploy her. And then in PvP, she's a very, very strong unit because, again, she gives the immortality and she prevents the knockback, which can be very useful. Alright, the next, not unit, but operator this time that comes back is the Replacer Rook. Again, as I always say, I don't really play with operators. I don't think they're really that needed for PvE. So I'm basically gonna skip. I don't remember her being strong though, for either PvE and PvP. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm fairly sure she wasn't strong. Okay, the next thing we're getting is the attendance punch-in event. Looks okay. I always like the crystals, so fine with that. Other than that, nothing too big. And then we get some improvements and changes. Let's see, Stand Bind, CC immunity will have some marks on the icon. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, so the second half of the Courage Gauntlet season will start, or already started, on April 17th, so we get the discount. That's nice. Let's see, some of the operators will have remove harmful effects word will change to nullify debuff. Okay, so this is the wording stuff I think that we're talking about with the debuffs, so it's more like obvious what things are doing. Same here, some of the existing units will have the wording changed as follows. So cancel, delete, and immune will change to just nullify. So again, consistency in wording, so it's clearer what things are doing, which, yes, that's good. That's good. They're also changing the debuff res to status effect resistance. They talked about it, that they will be changing the wording for it, so there it is. And let's see, if there is no ongoing event, the main lobby's event menu will now become semi-transparent. Okay, so it will not be like empty space, but instead be just a transparent, probably, frame or something. So, okay, that's nice. Other than that, that's pretty much it for this patch. You know, not that big, but yeah, new awakened unit. So for anyone that pulls for her, you'll have a new toy to play with. For me personally, and maybe other people that are skipping, we're waiting for better times to come, basically. So, all right, that's it from me, and I'll see you next time. Peace.